Hey, what's up, y'all? I got a real quick one here for you. I'm gonna try to make it quick. You guys know I talk too much. But before I get started, I do want to take a moment of silence today. We know it's 9/11. I want to take a moment of silence for all the lives that were lost on 9/11. The firefighters involved, police involved, military, the family of those lost. Just want to take a moment of silence here to remember them and honor them right now. Man, we'll never forget. Try to keep this quick, but it's just something on my mind and I need to get it off because my daughter just asked me to watch a scary movie with her, so I got to get in the house. But real quick, I just got off the phone with a fighter, a boxer, a pro boxer. I don't train them, but I have a few that every now and then call me just for my opinion, not necessarily training, but just my opinion. And he just recently lost a fight. He sent me the video first to look at the fight. It was just a 6-round fight and he lost a decision that he thought should have went his way. And he asked me to look at it and let's talk through it so he can improve before his next fight. So I looked at it. He gave me a call and we talked, and immediately he's like, "Coach, thanks, and started going into the fight. He was like, "Man, I thought I won this one. I thought I had it." And, I'm looking at it and there was some things I could have did different. There was some things I could have done more. What did you think? And I asked him what was his preparation for the fight. And he was like, "Well, I was doing this, I was doing that, and this, and then he went into, but if I had a jab more this round, I didn't." And I kind of went back again and said, "Hey, during how much did you work on that jab during camp?" And he was like, "Well, I worked a little bit, but I've been fighting since I was 8. The jab is always there, so I did some footwork stuff and this and that." He was like, "But I should have pivoted more." And I asked him, "Okay, did you work on pivot in camp? Is this something you were adding to this fight?" "No, I thought of it after the fact." And he went on and was, the last 2 rounds I kind of ran out of gas a little bit, or I coasted, is what he said, not really ran out of gas. And I asked, again about preparation, what was his running like, things like that. And he never didn't say he cheated in his training or relaxed in his training, but not answering my questions, I know what that meant. But then at the end of it, he said, "Well, I guess this is a learning experience." And so I cut him off there. And the reason I cut him off, I say this to my fighters, but it's my opinion. I say this to my kids too. I know it's a fun thing to say, or not, I shouldn't say fun thing, but it's a common thing to say now that, we learn from our mistakes and it's a lesson learned. But what I cut him off for was explain to him is, and I said, "What lesson did you learn in that?" And he was like, then he went into, "I could have ran more. I should have worked on the jab more. I could have worked on the pivots. I definitely needed more miles, road work." And I asked him, "You've been fighting since you was 8. Did you know you needed road work? Did you know you needed a jab? Did you know you needed pivot?" He was like, yeah, I know all that stuff." I was like, "So how was that lesson learned in this loss?" And he got quiet on me. And so I told him, I said, "People say that all the time, but my opinion is when you lose, the only way you learn a lesson is if you did everything you could to put yourself in position to win. Because then you know what didn't work, what you need to prove. But if you sat on the couch and then went and lost, you learned nothing from that. While you were sitting on the couch, you knew this wasn't enough. While you were being lazy, thinking about the fighting but not training, you knew this wasn't enough. So this outcome was determined already. So only thing I'm saying here is, I'm not saying that's not true, but I'm saying don't keep taking losses and just saying, "Oh, it's a loss and I'll learn from this one." That loss and that lesson is not there if you didn't do enough to apply yourself to win. Put yourself in the best position to win. Then you learn from it if you lose. Then you live with what happens. But don't keep saying that. Don't keep setting yourself up to fail because it's okay to say after there's a lesson learned. That lesson will not be learned unless you did the best thing you could to get yourself in position to win. This is Safety Sam. I guess I'm Coach Sam right now. But that's my message to you. I hope this helps somebody. I'm just telling you, that's what winning is about. You have to get yourself in position to win. Enjoy your weekend. I'm out.